everyone. How you doing? Is that it? Come on, how you doing? All right, I'm American now. I used to be English, now I'm a US citizen. I got to get the energy up, right? So anyway, I'm delighted to be here, and thank you so much to those of you who showed up at the 7-minute workout this morning. We had a packed room, a full house. We're having to turn people away almost, so it's wonderful, and thank you so much for coming and getting your day started off with a lot of energy. So I have just a few minutes now. I want to share with you a little bit about who we are at the Johnson & Johnson Human Performance Institute. But the most important thing I think I'll do first of all is to thank the Global Wellness Institute and the Breakers for this wonderful opportunity to present to you for the next few minutes. So at the Johnson & Johnson Human Performance Institute, we feel that your most critical resource as a human being is your energy. Would anyone agree with that? Yes. It is the energy you have that really makes you the wonderful individual that you really are. But you know what? Most of us don't manage to do a very good job of managing our energy effectively. And we see this time in and day out at the Human Performance Institute. People come to us and they'll tell us, hey, I just don't have enough energy. Just put your hands up in the air. If I could give you more energy right here now, would you take it? Absolutely. And do you find that your energy that you have right now might be quite good? It's the morning, you've had some coffee, you're excited, your energy levels are high, but do they remain high throughout the entire day? Do you find that your energy levels tend to go lower in the afternoon? And is it possible that you go home to the most important people in your life at the end of the day with the least amount of energy you've had all day? Is that possible? And are there consequences? Absolutely. My wife and I have a 4-year-old son. And if anyone needs energy, it's my wife and I. And if there's an energy vampire in our life, it's our 4-year-old son. Boy, if I can have the energy I need when I get home from work, I can be the best dad I can possibly be. And that's very important. So if you could get more energy right here, right now, you would take it, right? And what would you do with it? So just take a moment. Just turn to the person to the left or to the right of you and tell them, if I had 50% more energy than I have right now, what would you do with it? Just tell a person to the left or right of you. This man's putting his arm around the individual. Okay. All right. That's enough. That's enough. All right. You got to stop. I've only got 7 minutes left. That's a bit more of a response I normally get. That's great. Clearly, you would use it. That's wonderful. So let me give you some background. The Human Performance Institute is a training and development company based up the road in Orlando, Florida. It was founded by 2 sport scientists, Dr. Jim Lair, a sports psychologist, and Dr. Jack Groppel, a sports physiologist. And they combined forces many years ago to work on the mind and the body to help professional athletes perform at the highest possible level. And based upon their more than 30 years of work with elite performers from professional athletes, world-class athletes, gold medalists in the Olympics, to surgeons and military special forces, and based upon these sciences of sports psychology, exercise, physiology, and sports nutrition, they developed what you now know as the Corporate Athlete Training Program. Participants of that program, of that training, learn how to manage their energy physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, as you just heard from Denise, so they can consistently perform at their best when it matters most, at home, at work, wherever they determine it matters most. And these individuals have the greatest experience going through our program as it begins to help transform their lives. I only have a few minutes this morning, and our flagship program normally takes about 2.5 days. But I'd like to share with you just a few key principles that you can apply and a few tips so that you can sustain your energy throughout the entire Global Wellness Summit. Does that sound okay? Yes. All right. Principle number 1, here we go. Energy management principle number 1 is manage your energy, not just your time. Managing your time only does not necessarily mean that you're going to perform at your absolute best Just because you are present doesn't mean to say that you are engaged or in the best possible performance outcome. Time management takes you, therefore, from being absent to being present. Your time management skills are fantastic. You showed up on time. Congratulations, well done. You are physically occupying a seat, but it does not necessarily mean that you'll get anything out of the next few minutes unless you bring your energy. It is the energy that you bring to the time you have that takes you from being ordinary to extraordinary. Myself as a father, it's when I get home on Wednesday afternoon, whenever it may be, it's the energy I bring to that time with my 4-year-old son that will determine whether I'm being ordinary or whether he's getting his true dad, his extraordinary dad. Make sense? It's the energy I need. So I've got to have the energy. All of us are short on time. I'm short on time all the time. So make the most of the limited time you may have and invest your full and best energy in the moment so that you can be fully engaged and get the best possible return. And just like you check your watch for time, as I'm doing right now, I'm doing okay? Check your energy levels. And if you're running low, do something about it. Raise your awareness of your energy levels and fix it in the moment. So if you're running low, at the very least, think about get up and move, eat a healthy snack, and take a short recovery break, just like an athlete would. Simple idea, makes sense, right? So you can do that throughout the next 2 or 3 days. Principle number 2, very important. Energy is 4-dimensional. We believe at the Institute that energy is not 1-dimensional, it's 4 dimensions. It's physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Physical is the quantity of energy you have. Right now, I have quite a lot. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. It is associated with rest, recovery, sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Emotional is the quality of energy, your mood, your level of confidence. Mental is the focus of your energy. Are you present in the moment? Are you mindful? Are you laser focused or are you scattered? Can you be focused no matter what is going on around you? And spiritual is the force of energy. It's the energy associated with your deepest values and beliefs, your purpose in life. It's a powerful source of intrinsic motivation, passion, commitment, determination, and drive. And these 4 dimensions are interconnected. Imagine how you feel when you're physically fatigued. When you're physically fatigued, do you find that your mood improves, your patience goes up, your focus gets better, and your drive is better than ever? Probably not, right? You're probably not at your best. When you're physically exhausted, you're certainly not focused. You're probably going to be a bit crabby or angry or irritable, and you're not going to be thinking about what matters most. Now, simple example, exercise or almost any physical activity you know can improve your mood, can clear your mind, right? And help you reconnect to what matters most, your priorities. Simple stuff. We call a sweet spot of energy management when you're fully energized in all 4 dimensions, and then you can execute at the highest possible level. We call that being fully engaged. In the world of sports, they call it peak performance. Principle number 3, the last one for this morning, oscillation. Energy expenditure has to be balanced with energy recovery. So after my presentations, I have to go and find a small space to sit down and catch my breath after my presentations. I give it all out on the stage. You've got to balance energy expenditure with some kind of energy recovery. If you don't, you'll go along, and then crash. We see it in athletes throughout the day, in training, even long term. You've got to oscillate throughout the day. In the world of sports, insufficient recovery is known as overtraining syndrome or under-recovery syndrome. The key to managing your energy throughout the day is don't be linear, but to oscillate and incorporate short recovery breaks throughout the day so that you can sustain your energy. In the world of professional sports, as we found out with our professional tennis players in our research, even 16 seconds of recovery between points can be a competitive advantage. We would have our tennis players pause, take a few deep breaths, close their eyes, focus on a present moment, and re-engage in their game. And that was the difference between winning and losing for many of our tennis players that were our clients. Simple. So see each day as a series of sprints, high-performance sprinting, recover, sprint again, recover, as opposed to one long marathon. Where's the finish line? 26 miles down the road. All right. So some tips. Each day and every day, get up and move at least once every hour. Eat a healthy snack. Make sure you sip water throughout the day. Simple stuff here. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Maybe limit the alcohol, if I can ask you to think about that at night. Oh, I'm sorry. Take a look at a picture of a loved one, your son, your daughter, a family member. That will lift your mood incredibly. And make sure that you don't multitask. Be fully engaged with those people around you. Do I have 1 minute? No, I don't have 1 minute. I'm being told. So with that, I will see you throughout the program. I will make sure that you have the best possible experience in terms of energy. Take advantage of this wonderful, spectacular facility and the opportunities we've given you to move, exercise, healthy snacks, networking, energy breaks, and have a wonderful global wellness summit. Thank you so much for your time.